Like I said to you, in order for you to be in this country, there are prerequisites. And when you don't meet the prerequisite, the immigration border will do what? They will eject you out. How much more the kingdom?
I'm trying to think of how to put this right, but I think I was thinking of something earlier, and I said to myself, wait, being a Christian is Jesus died for you, and we live in a Christian nation, and we're here free will, so you can do what you want in terms of literally do what you want, as long as you go to church on Sunday. You can never change that. It's impossible.
I don't...
It's a losing battle, because why I keep saying the environment is, yes, you're a Christian, but at the same time, yeah, Jesus has died for you, your sins are covered up, so do what you want. We live in a free world, and the free world supports that. The free world is built on the Bible, so do what you want, and that's where everyone is following.
Okay. When you say the free world that we're living in, I'm taking where we are at the moment as an example. When you say it's built on the Bible, I think we should stick to the past tense. Was built on the Bible. Now we do not operate on the Bible, because if we are still presently operating on the Bible, we would not be legalizing certain marriages that we're legalizing at the moment, because that is not the Bible.
But it was created on the Bible.
Yeah, that's why I said it was. That's past tense. You see? But moving on to where we are now.
But the Church of England is supporting the marriage you're saying you shouldn't support.
I'm not sure it's all of them, because I did read some of it, but I haven't said. A lot of them are supporting it, but because they're supporting it, do that mean they represent my God? Exactly. You see, that's why I've got to be conversant with my Bible. My salvation is not dependent on anybody. And that's why the Bible says nobody is my yardstick. And that's why 21 is saying Jesus is your only example. Not the Archbishop of Canterbury, not the head of Khan in Nigeria, not the most reverend bishop or apostle in America. The only example for me as a child of the Most High God is Jesus himself, the author and the finisher of my faith. The one that laid down his life for me on Calvary, that I might have this life that I'm living and have it more abundantly. Because man can get it wrong. The Bible makes us to understand that it is vain for anybody that look up unto man. So, like I keep saying, we are in a system. But the Bible said, I do not belong to that system. That's why he keeps telling me in the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, he said, I should be like those patriots that they were expecting the promise. They were looking at it from afar. They were longing for it. And the Bible, the beauty of that chapter, to be honest, is at the end. The Bible said, because of Funke that is yet to attain it, God did not give it to them. Because of me. That's how important I am. People that were way better than me. People like Abraham. People like Gideon. People like Moses. People like, they were there. David. They're a lot better than I am. The Bible said they saw the promise from afar. Moses, he saw the promise from afar. And he's the only one that the Bible records that he saw God face to face. Who am I? And yet the Bible says because of me, they did not attain it. So that our glory will be complete at the same time. If only we know how important we are. But the problem is, because we do not dwell richly in this world, we don't know what the promise is. I call it hidden gems. When you see certain things like that, you makes you understand how God sees you. If somebody did, what mighty work have I done for Christ? I don't know about you, I'm only talking about myself. What have you done? What have you done? And yet the Bible said they saw it from afar. How much more? Me, I'm still trying to put myself out there that listen to the truth. This is how the truth is. They have had their trials and they passed. I'm sorry, if not being able to pay your bill, you don't have enough money in your account, or you have not eaten today, or your rent is due, and you think that's your trial, you're kidding yourself. You've got no clue what the kingdom is about. Because one of your greatest trials is if one ISIS comes through that door right now, and he says, all those that are on the Lord's side, this side, that will be your first trial. And I've never been through it. I don't know about you. I've never been through it. Nobody has ever challenged me on my faith. Like you said, I've been living in a free world most of my life. Nobody has ever confronted me with my faith. But listen to that woman that was preaching in the street in Abuja many months ago, and she was hacked to death. She left 4 children. 8 children. Please, if they told her, I believe sincerely, because the report everybody had to say about her, if they had given her a prophecy on that day, I think her story would have been like Paul. You remember when they said to Paul, when somebody took something and bound all himself up, he said, the Lord is telling him, or the Spirit is telling him that if you go where you are going, this is what they do to you. And he said, is that all? He said, even I'm ready to die there. I believe if they had told that woman on that day that if you go and preach on that day, they will kill you, she will still have gone. But me and you, let's ask the question, would we have gone? Exactly. But that's the calling that we've received. That's the calling. That's why we cannot afford to be quiet. 2 or 3 Sundays ago, my boss was challenging some of us. What do you do on your social media? What do you do? Is it selling your clothes, selling yourself, taking selfie, turning around, showing your bum? Is that what you do? How many? I know so many people that I have relationship with, and I see their social media, I see everything else they're doing, I never see anything about Christ. Nothing. The only time I see Christ in them is the day I see them. How do we propagate? Because you were asking, how do we do it? If all of us like this, we are not quiet. But the problem is we are quiet. We are quiet. I heard of a story on one of the radios I normally listen to. A lady was in a work environment with another lady, and many years they were working together, and she kept looking at her and thinking, should I share Christ? Should I not share Christ? Will she be annoyed? Will she be offended? You know, she kept battling this day in, day out, day in. Years were going upon years. She never shared Christ with the woman. One day, somebody invited the woman to church, and the woman gave her life. Guess what? She now came to the office. She wanted to preach. One Sunday, she came back and she... So, please.
I think in the work environment, sometimes they don't allow it to have a policy. I think it depends on where you work, what you are doing.
Ma, in our work environment, I understand in this current environment where we are, there's laws and restrictions that stop us, from preaching or even imposing your religion or your faith on somebody else. I think it's classified as harassment or something, I'm not exactly sure. But Ma, the Bible makes me and you to understand, by our what? Not only our fruit, by our works. Your character, your behavior, your attitude. That's what I was saying earlier, that they will know that if everybody else is taking the pen in the office, you don't take the pen. If everybody else is coming late and you're never late. If they give you a work and you're diligent, because the Bible says whatever you do, do it as unto the Lord.